Hi everyone and welcome back to SunBurst Tarot, where today I wanted to talk about the Nijisanji English and their drama that's been going down on Twitter, in YouTube, with one of their former creators that they had signed underneath them as a talent. So if you are unfamiliar with Nijisanji English, I should say, for English speakers, they are a brand that manages VTubers here on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and other locations. Uh, and VTubers are individuals who are people who will like create content, but they don't have a face. They have like an animated avatar. Some people would call them cartoons. Some people would call them like anime characters. It's a little bit of both. It's just using art and AI. Sometimes not AI, but using character models and then having like facial recognition software to then help emote those characters on screen. And like a real person is kind of behind all of that. So if you're unfamiliar with that, that's the quick lowdown. So, in this, what is it, the last little week here, Nijisanji parted ways with the creator who was known as Selen Tatsuki, but now goes as Dokibird as an independent creator. So they split ways, and there's been a lot of debate, discourse, debacle within the VTuber community about like, is Nijisanji English, like, is that like, what is the work like, what is it, is this a good thing, is this a bad thing? There's been like a lot of slander apparently thrown across the aisle at creators and the company and the such. Remember, everything I'm going to be talking about is all alleged and for entertainment purposes. These are just things that I have seen thrown out around the internet sphere. And what I wanted to take a look at is the claims of Dokibird and like how she apparently was like treated horribly at the company, and then like there's been like pressures now, like as she's started doing her new content, like what's the future of Nijisanji English, as there's been apparently like stock prices that have fallen and the such. So without further ado, I want to get into the reading, but just wanted to give this kind of important context first before I got into the reading, in case you're unfamiliar with the story. And like that's kind of all I know, other than like a few, like, allegedly there's a toxic work environment, and then there was like a interesting piece now where current like streamers for Nijisanji are kind of like, who were friends of Dokibird, aka Selen Tatsuki, are now kind of like doing like live streams or videos that are kind of like being put out at the exact same time as like Dokibird's like new content as she became an independent creator and the such. So there's a lot of stuff going on, it feels like, and I wanted to kind of take a look at it. So the first big thing I want to see here is I just want to see what the relationship was like between Dokibird and Nijisanji. Because, like I said, there's been a lot of, it feels like a lot of stuff kind of flown, like kind of shit being flung across the aisle at both parties. So just want to see where this might be coming from and the such. And then just a really quick reminder, remember, everything I'm going to be speaking about here today is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. Everything is going to be my opinion, not a fact, so please don't go leaving mean-spirited or negative comments on anyone's platform of who I will be talking about today. And just really quick reminder, the intention is here to just use this as another tool to kind of maybe form your own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. And if you want to use this information to help form those, awesome. If you don't, awesome. I'm just here to provide another tool and or context to a situation that we might not be getting, or have a third party's perspective. So let's just take a look here at Dokibird. We're going to take a look and Nijisanji, and let's look at the energy in between the two of them. Okay, really interesting here. Okay, so for Dokibird, I'm getting the King of Wands. So with the King of Wands, the King of Wands is always I'm a fighter. I'm gonna go down without it's a fighter type of energy, very passionate, very, how I like to explain it is, the, say, if you look at like TechCrunch Disrupt, or you're looking at like someone who when they get on stage, their presence fills up a room because they're so gregarious and they're full of energy and they get everyone engaged. Like, that's who Dokibird is showing up in this situation. Very much at the forefront, a great talent. I love seeing this as someone who's like a content creator, very engaging, putting themselves out there, but also is able to retain people as well, which is a really, in my opinion, a really important part here with the King of Wands. With Nijisanji, we have the Hangman, which is letting go. And it's like, I feel like what I'm seeing is my hand is like they're dusting their hands off, and it's like dusting the hands, and like we're free of this. Like, we're just letting it go. We aren't going to keep dragging it. It's just like just gone. So really interesting. It's like we're wiping our hands of you and just do what you go need to do. And then the energy in between the two of them, it's a Six of Swords, which is just moving on. We're moving forward. Like, it's not staying, we're not moving, which is really interesting considering all the discourse around it, because this feels like a more amicable, or it should feel like a more amicable split than what it's being portrayed as. What? Because like what I'm seeing over here is Nijisanji's like, we're done. In my personal opinion, it's like we're letting go of this. We're moving on. We don't want to keep bringing this back up. And then over here with Dokibird, it's like I'm out here trying to trailblaze the new path for what I want to do. And then the Six of Swords is like we both understand we both want to go on different paths. We're moving forward, just doing things differently. I was taking a sip of my coffee over here. Okay, let's get some more information here. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to pull another layer here quick, and then... I was wondering if that was going to come up. Okay. Okay. So, so this might be a timeline here. Yeah, this is a timeline. Okay. So, like, what the heck happened? So it definitely does feel like in the beginning, I'm trying to, like, this wanted to be solved amicably. Like, they both wanted to move on. Like, they were about to go and do things and just do things differently. Like, it seems like that was well agreed upon, in my opinion here. But here, and here with the Eight of Coins, the Four of Cups, and the Moon, was there an issue? Question mark. And I'm not sure, but like I said, I will say I haven't read everything up on this case. I don't know all the details, but I'm wondering if there was more of an issue with the leaving. And when you sign documents, so I've worked for a few like companies where like you sign an NDA, and then like once you sign that NDA at the beginning of like your time at the company, and then like there's like a set of rules where you can't take your stuff with you when you leave. There's like certain like company secrets and stuff that you can't say anything about for like X amount of years afterwards. So it's like that's what I'm feeling here when it comes to like businesses, especially with the Moon here. It's like we put some secrets in a clause, or like our agreements that we had, like it feels like a blind side of some sort here, where it's like Doki is like, I'm off to go create like my own stuff, like I'm mastering my craft. But over here with Nijisanji, it's like, actually, no. And I do believe that there were issues where it's like everything that I think Dokibird, aka Selen Tatsuki, couldn't like the Selen brand is Nijisanji, so even though I think it's, yeah, Dokibird has, like, that was her character, her stuff that she put out there, she didn't own any of it, so she wasn't able to take any of, like, her followers or her like, brands or anything that, like, she had supported with her. And I'm wondering, like, it feels like that's pretty well known, but, like, it feels like there's an extra added layer upon leaving that wasn't known. Especially with the moon card here, it's like we have secrets, or we have, like, clauses in our contracts that kind of, like, prevent you from doing things for maybe, like, an X amount of months or an X amount of years after leaving. And I'm wondering if there was a I'm wondering if there's, like, a breach of like, a different breach of contract. So, because I believe when it was announced that they, Nijisanji and Selen at the time, aka Doki Bird, like, when they split, they had an official announcement, and it said, like, for breach of contract. And I'm wondering if the breach of contract, something came up, and, like, that breach of contract of why it happened caused this major, essentially this tower moment where it feels like the rug got pulled out from underneath Doki. She had no, like, they had no idea, like, this was kind of coming, and it caused everything to kind of go into a massive panic. And then here with the 10 of coins, I'm definitely, like, with Nijisanji, it's like the 10 of coins is all about money, wealth, longevity. And then Ace of Wands, between the two of them, it's the birth of something new. Were they trying to, like, yeah. And like I say, I keep coming back to the contract because I keep seeing, like, a pen and a paper were super, super important. And it's like, you should have read the fine print of these contracts. Because what I'm seeing here with this Ace of Wands is, like, the birth of something new. So I'm wondering if there was, like, a contract agreement, like, within maybe, like, oh, I forget what it's called, but there's, like, forget the official term of it. It's been a little bit, but there's, like an when you exit a company, there's, like, clauses and stuff that you need to kind of adhere by. And I'm wondering if there was, like, a sneaky type of clause that, like, Doki didn't know about that she accidentally breached, and then they're like, well, you breached it, so now you get to go yeet out the door. I'm also wondering if they tried to maybe, like, rebrand the Selen Tatsuki character with someone else instead of with, like, the original creator, or if they were going, or if there was, like, a transition period of some sort where it's like, hey, you're being required now to to help us transition into a new character for someone else, and you need to be here and be part of that brand and help transition them to get your former audience to this new person. I don't know. All alleged. I'm not sure. So it's just for entertainment. So that's what I'm kind of feeling here with, like, the energy in between Dokibird and Nijisanji. So interesting. Really weird here. It's like, it feels like this was going very amicably. And then, like, some sort of secret was revealed, or some sort of, like, I'm feeling like it's a contract issue, and it's a leaving contract, like when you leave a company issue with a contract. And that's what I'm seeing here. Okay, what else can we get? So I want to now look at the allegations of kind of, like, the down, like, after all of this, like, once the big allegations, I shouldn't say allegations came out about Nijisanji being, like, and I feel like this isn't just Dokibird. I feel like there's been other contracts or other creators who have been with the company that have said, like, it felt in some cases predatory with how Nijisanji was. Oh my gosh. Nijisanji was working with their creators. So, okay. So I just want to take a look. Let's take a look at just like, what does this workplace environment look like? You saw me shuffle. Okay. Okay. So the vibe I'm getting from, oh my goodness, everything's off center, and I'm so sorry, guys. So, what I'm feeling here with this workplace environment, uh, it definitely feels like it's a dog eat dog environment. I think I've seen allegedly, or a conspiracy, or some allegations that have come out that it's known as a, what is it, a black company in Japan, which has been alleged or known to be a company where people go and they work you to the bone, and like they suck everything out of you. So I could see this being like 12, 13-hour days. Every creative bone in your body is essentially zapped for everything it has, and then it's kind of, there's no appreciation, it's get them in, take whatever they have, turn them out. Take them in, turn them out. Take them in, turn them out. High turnover rates, I would believe, and it feels like a soul-sucking job, in my opinion. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here as like a dog-eat-dog world, where it's only the people who know how to. In a great example, I currently have a job that I work in that is long hours, about 6 days a week, 10 to 12-hour days, hard physical labor. It's very difficult, and they're long days, mentally, emotionally, physically draining days, and it's just long time, long hours. People are constantly kind of, and that's kind of the feeling I'm getting. It's like, you have very long days. It's a dog eat dog world, and in my opinion, it feels very much along the lines of how good are you at suffering is the way I would put it. How good are you at suffering and sticking it out to the end? How long can you suffer, and how good are you at just putting up with the bare minimum? Is, in my opinion, what I'm feeling here in this type of environment. It's like, are you good at suffering? Are you good at putting up with the bare minimum? And if you are, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting with this type of spread. And the reason why I'm getting that is, one, it's the Eight of Coins. This is hard work, mastery of what you do. But here with the Ace of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Strength card, I'm picking up along the lines of people will backstab you to get ahead. Everyone has their own agenda. Everyone, it's like hyper competitiveness. It feels like a little bit as well, in my personal opinion, where it's like, you want to rise to the top. What are you willing to do? Are you willing to backstab people? Are you willing to step over people? Are you willing to be the star of the show and show strength, determination, and you can bear the burden of anything that we kind of put on your shoulders? That's what it feels like. On the top here with the King of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Eight of Coins, it's like, okay, now you need to be like, how passionate, like we bring in people who are passionate, well-spoken, and want to master their craft, but you also need to have this hyper competitiveness to you on like the next level, because to make it, I believe, at this kind of company, and this isn't just like, oh, this company, like, you can find these types of companies anywhere around the world. It's like, what do you need to do to get it on top? And we just want to make sure that you're here with us to the end. Like, yeah, lots of internal strife, internal people will turn their backs on each other to get ahead. There's not a lot of balance, I would say, or it's like finding that balance of you can be nice, but you also need to be able to get to the top. And then at the end of the day, it's still this balancing act of what. I would also say that this is a very cliquey in organization, in my personal opinion. I'm just seeing lots of cliques. I'm seeing lots of like, oh, I'm with this group. Oh, so you can't be with this group. It's like once you get in, you kind of have to find the people that you're going to align yourself with, and then you kind of stick with those people, and you just hope to heck that the group of people that you're with are the ones who are good, but who knows if they are or aren't. That's what I'm feeling here. It's very much a dog eat dog world. People are constantly going at each other's backs. They could be friends, they couldn't be friends, and the such. That's what I'm feeling here. Would I like to work here? No. Do I believe that this is healthy? In my personal opinion, no. Would I call it toxic? Potentially. Depends what type of person you are. Me personally, I would be like, oh, this is not for me. I'm gone. I'm bye. But I'm just seeing this right now very much in the sense of like this group in this company just does not. When we look at where the workforce currently is moving to, it's where in the past it's been hyper competitive, or like you can make your way, at least in America. It's like you work hard, you work hard, you get your money, you're able to live a good life. Even if it means just being exploited a little bit, because you're still going to make that money at the end of the day, right? In this case, I'm feeling like for the amount of time, money, creative passion, and energy that you're putting into it, you aren't getting out even half of what you're getting out of what you should be getting out of it. I would even safe to say, in my opinion, you wouldn't even be getting out like a quarter of what you could be doing as like an independent creator, instead of going to say something like what Nijisanji, in my opinion, is like. So, okay. Alright, I'm gonna pull these up. And then, so the next thing I really want to look at here is, so I saw that there was like a dueling live stream, and I wanted to see if this was like a premeditated plan between, because when Dokibird said, oh, I'm gonna do my first stream with her first gaming stream, as her, when she was gone from Nijisanji and she was officially doing her streams as Doki. Apparently she had it like done for like she had her live stream out for days, or scheduled for days, and then all of a sudden, like a few minutes beforehand, what is it? 3 creators from Nijisanji also went live at the exact same time. One being, and pardon me if I butcher these names, it has been, I'm so sorry, but I believe, and they were all 3 from Nijisanji. I think it's Elira, which is the channel that they were on, Vox, who is one of the, like, the biggest streamer for Nijisanji, and Ike. So I just want to see, was this like a premeditated thing? Was it not premeditated? Was this kind of just like, what was the intentions of this? Was this meant to kind of just be like, you're not with us anymore, so this is how you're going to be treated? Is this a, hey, we just want to go live and have fun, and we are, or is it like a creator driven thing? Was this a company driven thing? So I kind of want to just look at that really quickly here. So, okay, so we're going to have Nijisanji. We're going to have the creators that went live. Ooh, and then we'll have Doki. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, and then we're going to put the energy in between all of them. Okay, so energy here, energy here, energy here. Okay, so let's just take a look, see at everything. Okay, I think everything is straight now for the most part. Okay, so we have Nijisanji, which is showing up as the world. We're completing a cycle here. So it's like I said, I do believe Nijisanji is kind of being like, we're done, we're over this. We don't want to keep like recycling or rehashing this. I don't think that's in their mind, in my personal opinion. They don't want to keep rehashing it. It just brings a bad look back on them. It's like, we just want to move on. We want to end this cycle and keep moving. With the creators that went live, though, we have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups upright, okay. Happy, family, and the thing, and the such. However, in this case, I'm definitely feeling it's going to be, I don't read reversals in this deck, but I am getting that this would be reversed if I did read reversals. So it's like, if it feels a little bit, not like a betrayal, but it's like family left us. It's causing discourse in the family. It's causing discourse in how we are doing things. I do believe I was seeing that there might have been like some friendships between some of the creators that had went live and Doki. And oh, what? Okay. So, like I said, I think there are friends there were friends between the two of them within that group of creators. And it's like they're unhappy because it's like someone left the family. What's getting the image that kind of comes to mind is like you have like a stereotypical like the Italian mafia like you would see back in like the 1960s, 1950s, 40s, like the old school. It's like you're part of the family now, and now it's like, oh, so you're leaving the family. So it's like they've left the family. It's kind of like a backstabbing and betrayal a little bit, in my personal opinion. Down here, though, with Doki, she's showing up as the moon, which is interesting. I'm going to pull some more on that because I'm very intrigued. So I'm gonna pull some different cards here for Doki, just because that moon is weird to me. What deck do I want to use? I'm just gonna grab another tarot deck here. Okay, so what is going on here with the moon card? Like what's going on? Okay, that's enough. All right. Oh boy. So we have the Ten of Coins reversed here that showed up for her. So yeah, the love of money. So old money. Remember I was saying the mob? Well, here's my mob card from the Intuit Tarot deck for me. It's family feuds, a lot of those type of issues. Seven of Wands, which is like you're worth fighting for. So it's like you're defending yourself. The Winter Solstice, which is validating. And then you have the Ten of Swords, which is you're changing things. What the heck? What's going on here? Okay, so we know that she was making a comeback here with the Ten of Swords reversed. Making a comeback. You have essentially the love of money. You're trying to, for contracts. Seven of Wands, though, upright. You're defending yourself. Now, I don't want to put, like, words in anyone's mouths. I don't want to have something be more than what it is. I am not accusing anyone of anything. But what I am seeing is that this feels like with this live stream that was occurring, there's more to it than what we are seeing on the surface, in my opinion. So before I was like, was this like a planned thing between her and like these other like friends from this yeah, you might call me crazy. You might say, "Oh my goodness, you are reaching. You're going into the deep end." And I'm sorry. I'm only saying what I'm seeing. So between the two of them, we have the Seven of Cups. It's like a lot of different options. It's like, what can we do? How can we get more notice around this? How can we do this? How can we do that? Like there's options available between the two of them. And it's like, how can we help? How can we harm? Like, and it's like, I don't even think this is like a harming of a thing here. Was this like a I'm just saying, was this like a premeditated thing? Because like it's almost feeling like this a little bit like that, where it's like you were hurt, the family was hurt, like, but now, like, we're also trying to come out here on top and help each other out, because between Doki and the company, it's like Three of Swords. These two are, I think, have like washed their hands of each other, in my personal opinion. I don't know what the beef is or why this is continuing. Something feels odd and weird about this, because it's like I'm seeing this as like, we want to be done and over this. It's done and over with. They want to move on. But now it's like, but we aren't moving on from it. This is wild to me. So then, going between the company and the other creators, we have the Ace of Coins, which is like, we're going to start something new. We're going to make more money. What the heck is going on? This is weird. This is odd. I'm going to also do a different spread for this as well, because this is, like I said, I don't know what's going on with this company right now, because from what I'm seeing, like, they just want to be done. They just want to keep doing what they're doing, be done, and not continue this. We have Firecracker, Excitement, and Rooster. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Okay. So this is a little bit more exciting than I thought. So, okay. So we have options between these two. This is the exact same story over and over again. They just want to be done with each other. But now this is the weird part. And like I said, I'm not putting words in anyone's mouth. I'm not trying to accuse anyone of anything. My genuine question is this a way? So like with Doki, as the moon here, secrets are being revealed. We're revealing truths of some sort of things that have been hidden. Like, is Doki stepping out, bringing light to, say, maybe bad business dealings, or how creators are being treated, or what these contracts look like, or how things are being done? Because like what I'm seeing here and what my brain goes to is this agreement being like, I'm trying to help other creators who are maybe still within Nijisanji's contracts, like ways to get out or ways for them to change in some way, shape, or form? Because it's like there's money or new business ideas here between the company and its still existing creators. But over here is the weird part where it's like we're revealing of truths or secrets. I'm rebuilding, I'm rebranding, I'm doing my own thing, but I'm also now like having to go, I'm trying to defend myself. Here with the Seven of Cups, there's a ton of different options though between the two of them. So like we're friends, but we're not. Like, this is so, like, was this planned but not by the company but by the creators themselves? Question mark. To like bring more light, or to bring like a different layer to help, like, to get more people talking about it, or because this feels, I am like, what in the world is going on? Because also now I'm looking here with the winter solstice cards and I'm seeing tie up loose ends. It's like we're tying up loose ends. We're trying to tie up new things or old things that have like been around, but now we're trying to get them like change or something. I don't know what this is. I'm going to pull. What is this at the center of it all? At the center of this all. And then at the bottom of the deck, we had the Wheel of Fortune with David Bowie. That was at the bottom of the deck. And these are the ones that were kind of just, that we just pulled out from. And I'm like, so this has been okay. Wheel of Fortune. They've been talking, and a lot of people are looking at this right now. A lot of people are talking about it. It's causing a lot of discourse and stuff. So, okay, I'm going to do one last spread to kind of see what's the intention of, like, why did this blow up into something so big? Like, what was the intention here? Like, is this something that's we're trying to get better stuff for other creators? Like, was it just we're done with the environment? Like, what's going on? Because something feels a little bit more premeditated than what I would expect from a situation that kind of just seemed to blow up so much. So let's just take a look at the intentions here and kind of what's going on. We have the Empress. Oh, gosh. The Empress is all about being a mom. When you're being a mom, you want the best that's for everyone else around you. You want to improve things. You take something and you turn it into gold. Or you take something, you're always adding something to make it better, is what I've heard in the past. It's like you give a mom a house, they make it into a home. You give them a bowl of lemons, they make lemonade. It's like they always, like, there's an addition to that. I'm not saying that's all moms or all women, it could be men as well, but like that's what I'm seeing here. It's like we're giving you something to then turn it into gold. Okay, outside influences, 7 of Wands. We're defending ourselves. What are you defending yourself from? Financial influences. There's more money to be made by singing our praises, or singing, or like letting people know, or not money, but like to talk about this and to bring light to it leads to like a better, holistically leads to better things financially. I think for all parties involved. Hopes and fears, we're trying to get the truth out. We're trying to let people on the inside see things from behind the curtain. Obstacles. The unseen obstacle is that this is going to cause, I think, bigger ramifications than what was being intended. So whether that is we're taking down, like, in an extreme case, this could be like, oh, we're canceling the entirety of Nijisanji English. I believe, yeah. We're canceling everything to do with it so it can be restructured as something brand new. Because the old one has a bad reputation, so now we have to essentially end it so we can rebuild it from something else. So I think that's like the unseen consequences here, is that like something needs to, like, that's like an extreme case, so maybe it's like, or maybe it's like we need to now clear house of existing streamers and bring in a bunch of new ones. That might be the case. I'm not sure, but that's kind of what the metaphor that kind of comes to my mind, or examples that come to my mind when it sees like unseen obstacles. Challenges. People who want to speak their truth are kind of unable to speak how they want to speak. I think there's a lot more people who would want to speak on this issue, on the issues that they've had or challenges that they've had with the company. But there's restrictions or legal complications that have kind of caused a lot of discourse, or just they're just not able to talk about it because of NDAs or contracts. with these types of companies. So what people really want to say, I think they're having a lot of challenges because they're really limited and restricted because of contracts or agreements that they do have. What's going for them, though? Ooh. This is moving forward, and now that I think people know, there's, I think, definitive change coming. Uh, it's it's gone out. It's moving. It's big. It's caused, I would like to, what I'm seeing in my head is like a nuclear explosion with the giant mushroom cloud. Is That's what I'm kind of seeing. It's like the bomb was dropped and now everyone can see it from miles and miles around. So it's like, what's going for them in this situation and trying to improve it. It's like this has created a much larger impact than what I think they were even thinking that they'd reach. And it's like, you can't stop. You can't, like, if people are going to try and stop the flow of information, I think it's damn near impossible right now to kind of stop it because there's so many people talking about it. There's so many people who are invested. And I think there's a lot of people who are like, this is unjust and not right. And I think people are kind of sick of it from all aspects around the entire globe. And I think there's an example to be made, or an example to point at. This is just my personal theory around the world, but if you guys, around the world, and how people are looked at as potentially a number, or what can you do for me to help me make money, and it's kind of now shifting to like, we don't want that. We want to just be treated as equals and everyone can live happy and harmoniously. I can get more into it if you guys would like in a different video, because I have so many thoughts, but right now this definitely feels like this is gaining steam of like, how are you treating your workers? And I don't think it's going to be very, very difficult to stop without essentially ending the whole thing and restarting it anew in a better light. Okay. In the past, we have the Knight of Coins. This was, I think, bad dealings around finances or money, or who is getting money. How are we making money? What is essentially, how are we attaining assets, money, resources, and the such? And it was a slow, steady progress where they were making lots and lots of money. And that's kind of like where I think a lot of this stems from, is that like the money wasn't going back to creators potentially, or like the efforts that they were putting in were not being rewarded. So let's looking at the future. We have the Three of Wands, a brand new decision or a brand new path. So what I'm seeing here is I think that there will be, in my opinion, new contracts. Maybe this will be a new, like, how are VTubers being like signed? How are they getting help? How is this branding working? Because with the Three of Wands, it's all about manifesting new dreams, new things. So I definitely see a restructuring here of kind of like when it comes to intentions of working with companies like Nijisanji. I definitely see this as like, we have, like, even if it's with just Nijisanji or with other companies that work with VTubers, I definitely see that there is a restructuring coming into place, where individuals are maybe getting better deals, or there's like different ways that they are getting money. I don't know if this is like, and people within the VTuber space are getting together, like, here, an example is like, are they going to like unionize, or are they going to come together to create collective bargaining rights and the such? Like, it feels like there's power coming back to the creators and away from, say, allegedly exploitative companies looking to piggyback off of their entertainment or their success. So that's what I'm seeing here with individuals like Nijisanji, or like businesses with like Nijisanji, and that was like, or with like other entertainment management companies of the such, allegedly entertainment purposes only. So I definitely see a change. and I'm kind of excited for them, as this has definitely caused a big uproar within the VTuber space, and I am hoping for the best, and seeing people get their just rewards for like what they're putting out there, the time, the money, the effort, the resources that they've put out there. Like, they're going to be getting them back now to them. It's like their hard work is now being rewarded to them directly, more than what has been, especially with the individuals who I think are signed with this particular company. So that's what I'm seeing here. If you guys like this or have more questions that you want me to answer, leave them in the comment section down below. Also, if I got anything wrong, or if I might have glossed over something that's like, that was super important, just let me know. I would love to have conversations with you guys down in the comments. I read almost every single one. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked this, I hope you would hit the like and subscribe button, as I have other content coming out all the time that might interest you. So thank you guys again so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in another, or maybe my next video. So bye.